Math Minute 10. Your job is to fill this out while I demonstrate how to do these problems on Kami. So you guys are going to open this up in Kami. You're going to fill it out. You're going to follow along while I do it, and then you're going to turn it into Kami when we're done. So if I look at number 1, it says, which of the following numbers is not equal to 36? Well, if I look at A, I have 4 times 9. Well, that does equal 36. If I look at 18 plus 18, that also equals 36. If I do 40 minus 6, that's going to give me 34. And if I do 10 plus 10 plus 6, 10 plus 10 is 20, 20 plus 10 is 30, 30 plus 6 is 36. So the only one of these that does not equal 36 is C, because that equaled 34. Number 2 says, which one of these shapes has 4 vertices or corners? Well, if I look at this one, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know that one works. This one has 3. So that's not going to work. This one has 3. So that's not going to work. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's not going to work. So the only one that had 4 vertices or corners there was A. Number 3, which one of the following groups of numbers is ordered from greatest to least? So that means it starts out with the biggest number and then it gets smaller. Well, if I look at A, my first number is 323, and then I go up to 411. So that's not greatest to least, so it's not going to be that one. B, I go from 108 to 106, so that goes down, which is what we want. But then the next one, it goes up to 217. So that's not going to work, because it goes down, but then it goes back up. C, I go from 98 to 94, which is going down, which is what we want. And then I go down to 36, so that's still good. Then I go to 39, which is even lower. So that one's greatest to least. And so let's check this one. Start at 200, go down to 199, go down to 198, but then it goes back up to 405, so that's not going to work. Number 4, we're completing the chart, and it tells us that we're adding 0.4. So every time we go from this column to this column, we're adding 3.4 or 0.4. So for the next one, I'm going to take 3.1, and I'm going to add 0.4. And again, the best way to add is to stack them vertically. 1 plus 4 is 5. I'm going to put the decimal point. 3 plus 0 is 3. So the next one's going to be 3.5. And then the last one, I start with 4.7. I'm going to add 0.4. 7 plus 4 is 11, so I put the 1 there. And this one up here. 1 and 4 is 5. 5 plus 0 is 5. So I have 5.1. And that's how you would complete that table. To figure out what missing number here is, I'm going to do 28 divided by 7. And if I used my calculator to do that, I would get 4. So 28 divided by 4 would give me 7. Number 6, we're completing the pattern. So if I look at the top row or the numerators, they're going up by 1. So the next one's going to be a 4. Then I look at the denominators and I'd see that they're going up by 2. So I would add 2 to 7 to get 9. So my next fraction in that pattern would be 4 over 9. Number 7, which shape has the greater perimeter? Well, again, remember, opposite sides are equal when you're talking about a rectangle, so that's going to be 8, that's going to be 5. This is going to be 12, that's going to be 3. So now let's add them up and see which one is greater. So let's do rectangle A. We got 5 plus 8 plus 5 plus 8. And again, if you guys wanted to use your calculator for this, that's fine. 5 plus 8 is 13. 13 plus 5 is 18. 18 plus 8 is 26. Talking about centimeters. Then if I do rectangle B, I got 3 plus 12 plus 3 plus 12. 3 plus 12 is 15. 15 plus 3 is 18. 18 plus 12 is 30. The question asks you which shape has a greater perimeter. Well, 30 is more than 26, so I would say that B has the greater perimeter. For problems 8 and 9, it says use the bar graph to the right. How many eggs did Lucky lay last season? So Lucky had these two, but it says that each of these shaded squares is equal to 25. So if Lucky has 2 of them, I need to do 25 times 2. 5 times 2 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4, and then I add the 1 to get 5. So 50, and then in this case we're talking about eggs. How many more eggs did Clucky lay than Lucky? Well, if I compare these rows, I can see that Clucky made these 3 extra squares. So that's going to be 3 times 25. So 5 times 3 is 15. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus the 1 is going to be 7. So 75 more eggs. Number 10 is just adding decimals. So again, when we do this, we just start in the far right row or column and add those up. 3 plus 4 is 7. Bring down the decimal point. Add the next column. 3 plus 2 is 5. That's 5.7. The next one we got 5 plus 6, which is 11. We got 1 plus 4, which is 5. 5 plus 5, which is 10. And then our last one, we got 2 plus 3 is 5. Put the decimal point there. 7 plus 0 is 7. And then bring down the 1, 17.5. So you guys go ahead and turn this in on Kami, and I will give you credit for doing this assignment. And that's how we'll do these when you guys are at home on your off days. You'll just have to follow along, fill this out, and turn it in, and you get credit. We'll see you soon. Thanks.